All right. The news says armed men kidnapped 4 residents and unalive a vigilante in an attack on the Baizin area of Kubwa, Buhari Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory. The assailants, about 28 heavily armed men, struck in the early hours of Thursday. Security operatives have launched a search and rescue operation. Who are the people involved in this attack? The victims, 4 residents adopted, identities not disclosed. One vigilante killed, shot from behind, has been buried. The perpetrators, about 28 heavily armed gunmen. The location, Bayazin area of Kubwa, Buhari Area Council, FCT. The responders, military, police and vigilantes, combined teams searching the bush. The FCT Police Command spokesperson, Josephine Ade, could not be reached for comment. 3 ways this attack exposes the growing insecurity in Nigeria's capital. 1. The attack proves that Abuja is no longer immune to mass kidnapping and banditry. For years, Abuja was considered relatively safe. Kidnappings happened in Kaduna, Niger, Kogi, not in the FCT. That illusion is now shattered. Baizin is not a remote border settlement. It is a fast-growing suburb of Kubwa, a major FCT town. If 28 gunmen can operate there, they can operate in any suburb. The capital city is now a frontline state. Number 2, the number of attackers, about 28, suggests a coordinated military-style operation. This was not 2 or 3 armed robbers. This was a platoon-sized group, 28 heavily armed men. That requires planning, transportation, communication, and logistics. They likely camped in the area beforehand. They had a clear target: kill the vigilante, adopt residents. This is not opportunistic crime. This is organized banditry, and it is happening in the Federal Capital Territory. Number 3, the FCT police spokesperson was unreachable, a failure of communication when public reassurance is most needed. The report states efforts to reach the spokesperson of the FCT Police Command, Josephine Ade, were unsuccessful as calls to her line indicated it was not reachable. That is unacceptable. When an attack happens in the capital, the police must be available to answer questions, provide updates, and calm public fear. Silence is interpreted as incompetence or indifference. Please visit Akai News to see how this attack affects Nigerians in Abuja and beyond. Now, my advice based on this report: 1. To the FCT Police Command, immediately deploy additional patrols to Kubwa and surrounding suburbs. Set up checkpoints on all entering and exit routes. Also, ensure your spokesperson is reachable. Public communication is not optional. It is part of your duty. An unreachable spokesperson creates panic. Update residents regularly. Number 2, to the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, address the public, acknowledge the attack, announce specific measures, increase police presence, night patrols, community engagement, and collaboration with the military. Also, meet with vigilante groups, provide them with support, radios, flashlight, first aid kits. They are your first line of defense. Number 3, to the residents of Baizin and Kubwa, stay vigilant, but do not take the law into your own hands. Report suspicious activity to the police, form neighborhood watch groups, share information, but leave armed response to security forces. The vigilante who was killed was a hero, but his death is a tragedy. More deaths will not solve the problem. The rhetorical question for you: if 28 heavily armed gunmen can attack a suburb of Abuja, kill a vigilante, and kidnap 4 residents, and the FCT police spokesperson phone is unreachable, what message does that send to every other criminal group in Nigeria? The message is clear. Even the capital is vulnerable. Even the police are silenced. Even the government cannot protect its own backyard. That message will be heard by every bandit, every kidnapper, every terrorist across the country, and they will act on it. Akai News reports that Abuja is bleeding. A vigilante is dead. 4 residents are missing. 28 gunmen came and went, and the police spokesperson could not be reached for comment. This is not a remote village in the northeast. This is the Federal Capital Territory. This is the seat of Nigeria's power. If the capital is not safe, no city is safe. If the police cannot answer their phones after an attack, the system is broken. The government must act, not with statements, but with soldiers, police, and strategy. And the government must act now, because the next attack may not be in Benzin, it may be in your neighborhoods. Thank you for listening. I am Joseph Yaji.